Hey everyone! Today, we're going to tackle something that can be a total game changer for how you're perceived in English. We're talking about small but really powerful tweaks in how you phrase things. These little changes can make you sound more confident, more respected, and definitely not rude. So let's get right into it.
Does this sound familiar? You have something important to say, but you're just a little worried it's going to come across as too direct, maybe too strong, or even a bit cold. If you've ever felt that little knot of anxiety, well, you are in the right place.
So here's the thing, and it's absolutely crucial. You can have perfect textbook grammar and still give the completely wrong impression. A direct translation from your native language might be technically correct, but in English it can sound kind of harsh or demanding. In a lot of English-speaking cultures, there's this big emphasis on not imposing on people. So communication gets softened a bit. It's not about being wrong, it's all about the feeling your words create.
So to help you navigate all of this, we've broken it down into 4 key areas. We're going to cover making polite requests, disagreeing without starting a fight, saying no gracefully, and finally, how to bring up a problem in a way that actually solves it. All right, first up, asking for things. This is a big one. It's where a lot of us accidentally sound way too direct. See, in English, what you think is a simple instruction can really feel like an order. But don't worry. With a few small tweaks, you can make your request sound super collaborative and friendly. Okay, look at the difference here. It's night and day, right? Give me the file is a demand. It's sharp. But could you send me the file? That turns it into a question, a team effort. Same thing with repeat. That sounds like a drill sergeant. But could you say that again, please, is so much softer and more respectful.
And here we have what I like to call a magic phrase. Seriously. Starting with, "I was wondering if you could," is just such a great way to soften a request. It immediately signals that you've put some thought into it, you're not in a huge rush, and you totally respect the other person's time.
So let's wrap this first section up. The game plan is, ditch the direct commands. Always use soft starters like, "Could you?" or "Would you mind?" If you add a little phrase like, "When you have a moment," that shows even more respect. And of course, your tone of voice is everything. Keep it calm and friendly.
All right, let's move on to our next big challenge, disagreeing. Oh man, this can be so tricky. Saying you're wrong directly can feel like a personal attack in English, even if you're just trying to correct a simple fact. But there are definitely ways to share your perspective while still showing total respect. Just look at this contrast. Instead of a hard stop like, "You're wrong," which just shuts down the conversation, a phrase like, "I don't think that's quite correct," keeps the door open. And notice, "I see your point, but," that is so powerful. It shows you were actually listening before offering your own idea. Okay, here's another fantastic tool for your toolkit. Starting with, "I might be wrong," but instantly lowers the other person's defenses. It shows humility, and it makes your correction feel like you're both trying to figure out the right answer together instead of it being some kind of confrontation.
So the key here is to just avoid that accusatory language. Use softeners like "I think" or "maybe." Try starting with a little empathy, like "I see your point," before you make your own. And just like before, a calm, even tone is absolutely essential to keep things constructive.
Now for a big one, saying no. I think a lot of us worry this is going to make us seem unhelpful or unfriendly. And yeah, a flat no can definitely sound sharp in English. But there are ways to decline gracefully that can actually make your relationship stronger.
This slide just perfectly shows the power of starting with a positive. Phrases like "I'd love to, but," or "I wish I could, but," immediately show that you have good intentions. It cushions the no that's coming, making it feel way less like a rejection and more like a simple fact about your schedule.
In those more sensitive situations, this phrase is your best friend. "I'm not comfortable with that" is so soft, but it's also incredibly firm. It lets you set a boundary without having to give a long, complicated excuse. It's polite, it's clear, and it works.
So the strategy is pretty simple. Always try to start with something positive. Then deliver the no gently. If it feels right, give a short, honest reason, not your life story. And if you can, offering an alternative is a great way to show you're still trying to be helpful. Okay, on to our final section, talking about problems. When something's gone wrong, it's so easy to fall into the trap of just blaming someone. But listen, the goal is to solve the problem, right? Not to start a fight. So let's look at how to frame the issue in a constructive way.
What's really fascinating on this slide is that shift away from blame. "This is wrong" is a straight-up accusation, but "there seems to be a mistake here" turns it into a neutral observation. And instead of the aggressive, "Why did you do that?" asking,
Could you help me understand what happened? Invites the other person to solve the problem with you. Oh, this is such a smart way to frame an issue. When you say, I'm having trouble with, you make the problem about your experience, not about something someone else did wrong. This simple little shift invites people to help you instead of making them get all defensive. It's brilliant.
So the big takeaway here is to just avoid direct blame at all costs. Use those soft openings like I noticed or there seems to be. Always try to frame your approach as a question, not an order. And whenever you can, be ready to offer a solution, like, hey, maybe we could try this.
And there you have it. We've just walked through 4 essential toolkits for more effective communication: how to ask for things, how to disagree, how to say no, and how to talk about problems. Each one is designed to help you get your point across clearly, all while keeping your relationship strong.
So the main thing I really want you to take away from this is that this isn't about being passive or weak. It's actually the opposite. Using polite language is a sign of emotional intelligence and real strength. It allows you to be more effective, more persuasive, and ultimately a much more confident communicator.
As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this question. Think about your day tomorrow, at work, with your friends, wherever. Where is the first place you can try out one of these phrases to transform a conversation? Just start small, and I promise you'll be amazed at the difference it makes.